Welcome back everyone to another tutorial. For this look, I knew I wanted to do a big purple eye. The bigger the better. Purple is one of my all-time favorite colors to wear. I love it so much. But today we're mainly talking about placement and how to inject extra intensity into your eye looks so you can absolutely follow the tutorial using blue shadows or green or even your favorite neutral shades. If you like what I do on the YouTubes, then don't forget to hit subscribe and let's begin. I've got a lot of holiday and Christmas parties coming up, so I've been doing some extra skin prep so that I can get my complexion in top-notch condition. So 3 days prior to filming, I started with the Dermalogica Rapid Reveal Peel, which is an at-home chemical exfoliant. So it's got your AHAs, your lactic acids, enzymes to get your skin looking as bright and as smooth as possible. It comes with 10 little tubey thingies and each tube is a really generous serving. So I put any extra down my neck, put some on my chest, put some on my feet, why not? Recruit extra family members or anyone who will get involved with me. I followed the kickstart phase, so use a tube every day for 3 days and then use once a week following. And I've actually been steering clear of professional peels for quite a while because nowadays I'm super mindful of stressing my skin out. It's just more sensitive than it was in my youth. But the thing that I like about this peel is how gentle it is. I experience absolutely no downtime or flaking or redness or irritation. It just feels like a really awesome skin day. So it's gentle but effective, which is my skincare ethos to a T. After 3 to 7 minutes, depending on your skin, you can remove that solution with a wet face cloth. I also give my skin a really quick splash at the sink just to remove any residue and boom. I also think that this would make for a really beautiful gift for the beauty lover. I know that my auntie Silvana is watching this, so hey Sylv, heads up, I'm buying you one of these. We're going to start with the eyes today, just so that we can easily clean up any fallout and keep our base super neat and clean. At some stage it's probably going to look like a big mess, but trust the process. When the base goes on, it all comes together. For years, I struggled to create punchy eye looks. I always felt as though my eye looks kind of lacked intensity and you could never see the makeup in photos. And one thing that really helped me was starting with an eyeliner or a cream eyeshadow to map out the shape. Select a deep version of your focal color. So if you're doing a green look, for example, you can use a dark forest green. I really should have used some sort of dark violet, but I could not find a deep violet in my outrageous eyeliner collection. So clearly that means I need to buy more eyeliners. Yes? Yes, you like my logic? Buff out the edges before the eyeliner sets. You can see I'm going for more of an elongated wing shape here. And once you've softened those edges, essentially what you have is a good foundation to build extra depth and contrast in your eye looks. Feel free to use eyeshadows that you already own in whatever colorway you desire. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Amethyst palette. I am actually so impressed with her little color themed palettes. I legit would have spent 20 minutes in my collection deliberating on which purples I should use for this look, but this just makes it so straightforward. It's got a really great selection of mattes, shimmers, interesting micro glitters. You've got cool tone purples and warmer tone purples. It's just really perfectly curated. Good job, Huda. First, I swished a muted matte purple through the socket and blended upwards. Essentially, this is our transition color. And then taking some deeper mattes to amp up the outer eye where we place that eyeliner. So I'm depositing the shadow you'll see in a V shape with a pencil brush, and then periodically you can soften the edges with that brush that we originally used for our transition. This is a really cool placement as it is right now. I love that negative space and I was so tempted to call it here, but I promised a big purple eye. So a big purple eye it is. Let's keep going. So now we've created a strong shape with our mattes, we can introduce some shimmers. So I'm pressing this gorgeous rich purple all over the mobile lid. This is more of a blue purple as opposed to those crease colors which look a little bit more like a red purple. And I think that mixing your cooler and warmer tones of purple or cooler and warmer tones of greens or whatever color spectrum you're working with, that makes for a much more interesting eye look. I don't intend for this look to become a cut crease, so I'm going to soften that line where the lid and the crease color meet. If you are seeking more of a smoky deep vibe, then you can totally leave it here. If you want to make your eyes look bigger, then a punchy highlight just in the very center of the eyelid really emphasizes the convexity, like the roundness of the eye, and makes the eyes appear much more prominent. For this purpose, I'm dipping into one of these micro glitter shades. It's like a pinky purple base with this incredible blue flash. I am just infatuated with textured eyeshadow formulas, and Huda is a brand that does it so well. It's super striking and adds something a little bit special, I think, to any eye look. I prefer to finish the eye and then complete the lower lash line once the base is all on. So let's do that. I'm going to clean up any fallout just with some moisturizer. I'm also taking this opportunity to prime the entire face with that same moisturizer. Now, when it comes to foundation, you might feel like you need more coverage so that dramatic eye is sitting on like a neat and clean canvas. Alternatively, if you prefer an undone vibe, then less coverage can make this makeup feel cooler and a little bit more runway, I guess. So there are different schools of thought, and I see merit in both. Ultimately, it always comes down to wear what makes you happy, you do you, and live your best life. Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. I'm actually enjoying this more than I expected to. It's quite similar to the Tarte Shape Tape in that it has epic coverage and it does a good job of smoothing out the under eye area, but it's just a touch more emollient, right? Not quite as dry, I think, as the Shape Tape. I am powdering the under eye and the side of the nose, but I'm going to leave the rest of the face unset and creamy. I just completed that 3-day Dermalogica peel. My skin is super smooth and polished, and I just want to enjoy this dewy good skin day. Bit of cream sculpting to contour the cheekbones and the temples. I actually dab my beauty blender in the leftover foundation on the back of my hand before going in to blend that contour. It just gives the product a little bit more slip and helps to create a seamless blend. I did skip blush. I'm sorry. I know that the blush police are going to come for me, but I just don't feel like my face needs it. And same goes for contour or bronzer or highlight. If it's not your thing, don't feel obliged. That said, highlight is very much my thing. Colourpop Flexitarium has a shine factor of 5 as per my top glossy highlights video. If you've not seen that video, I'm going to link it on the screen and you should totally go watch it because it's a topic that I'm so very passionate about. I would liken watching my own brow application to watching grass grow. It's so very boring. We're always going for that soft and fluffy vibe, but in case you're curious, I'll pop the products on the screen. It's about time we finish off these eyes. So for the lower lash line, oh, hey, I found a purple pencil, but my earlier sentiment still stands. I need to buy more eyeliners. Okay, thanks, bye. Softening the edge with some of those purple shades. If this eye is starting to feel too pink for your liking, because I know that's a thing, some people avoid pink eyeshadow, you can actually use like a neutral taupe or a contour shade to blend the edges, and that's going to make it much more wearable and less vibrant. Highlighting around the tear duct with this awesome pale pink duochrome shade that I end up totally covering with something else. But FYI, it happened. Now that I can see how this eye is panning out, I'm going to start fine-tuning the edges. So one of the things that I see most in makeup beginners, and certainly in all of my earlier looks, is just not blending the eyeshadow out far enough. It's like a hesitation. Don't hesitate. Blend up further towards the brow, blend out closer towards the temple, blend the lower lash line down further. That is what creates the drama. I have pink coming out to my temples here. I've got pink on my upper cheek area. It's the 80s, man. I dig it. Apply mascara and false lashes if you wish. I am still on that lash extensions train. I'm trying to convince myself that I should really let them grow out this time, but bet you any money that I book for an infill because lashes are an addiction and there is no saving me. If you're not afraid of color, might I suggest a bright orange lip? I have worn that combo before and it was epic. That said, I would wager that most of you are going to wear this with like a nude or a natural shade. And lately, I've been really feeling a less done lip. So sheer formulas, glossy textures, hazy edges. Like if I put a nude liquid lip with really carved, crisp edges, I feel like this would look a bit overcooked or just not as cool. So instead, I'm buffing out that lip liner with a Q-tip and then dabbing a touch of nude gloss just in the center of the lip. So the lip is there, but it's not there, you know, it's not competing. Final finishing touch I think that makes such a huge difference. I'm highlighting just the very center of the eyelid and around the tear duct with the tiniest dash of Sugar Pill Lumi pigment. This is by far my most used pigment. It's white, but it has this blue-green flash. And somehow it manages to work with every color story. It makes every eye look more wow. So in this case, I think that blue-green flash against the purple gives it like a bit of a cosmic mermaid vibe. I'm tempted to call it the Cosmic Mermaid, but I doubt that anybody will click on it. If you are one of the precisely 12 people that clicked on this video and made it right to the end, come over here, I'm a hugger, give me a hug. If you enjoy the not so neutral makeup tutorials, then make some noise in the comments, let me know, tell me what color you want me to tackle next. Also come say hello to me on Instagram at Karima McKimmie. I'd love to chat to you there. I hope you are having a wonderful day, also a wonderful holiday break, and I shall speak to you all very soon. Bye-bye. Bye.